So I want to talk about living a vision-driven life inspired by purpose. So I'm going to share some stories about my life. But these stories I'm sharing, the idea behind it is don't focus on the stories, but try to pick up from these stories the missing links which you could complement in your life now so that you could move forward in your vision or you could move forward in your purpose. Because when we look at society, when we talk about motivation, everybody talks about motivation because we want to succeed. When we talk about success, everybody talks about success because they think success is money. Is success only about money, or is there a greater purpose and a greater cause which you could live for? And is there a vision that you could have as an individual that will inspire a purpose in you that will make you be driven by something that is greater than yourself? So I stand here because my life was changed by certain circumstances whereby I picked up the meaning of my life later on, and it changed the whole view of my life. And now I live a life that is inspired by vision and motivated by purpose. So I come originally from Cameroon, and 2001, my mom called me. Roland, rush to the hospital. And just like the speaker before, I rushed to the hospital, and my dad was laying on the bed. So it was the first time for me in life seeing somebody die. I've heard people dying, an uncle would die, a friend would die, but seeing somebody die that I know and close to me, and he's dying in front of me, and I'm seeing he's fighting with life, but I can't do anything to pull him away from there. That incident did not only break my life, but at that moment, I heard a voice tell me, Roland, go out and jump down. So I went on the balcony, it was on the second floor of that hospital, and I placed my hands on the balcony, closed my eyes to push so I can just jump out and die. Something happened. My legs became numb and I fell down. But when I look at that incident today, I'm so thankful to God that I didn't jump. Because years afterwards, when I look at that incident, I realized that that incident was a defining moment in my life. That incident changed my life forever. So now today, after that incident, I lost hope in life. Dad was somebody like a hero. I mean, like a young man, when you lose the support, you lose the person who is like a role model in your life, you think life can no longer happen. So I spent the last 5 years of my life doing nothing, just chilling and hoping. And what I want you to pick today is, if your life has to change, you have to make a decision and you have to act. Yes. Because your life will never change if you're hoping and wishing. And there is a thinking that someday I will, someday I will. No, if it has to happen, do it now. And if it has to happen, prepare for it. So I spent the past 5 years of my life doing nothing. And what happens when you are living a life in your comfort zone? Nothing is happening. You need new information and you need something that is going to change your mindset. Because they say that if a young man working in a factory, if you pick a young man working in a factory and you infuse information and knowledge in the mind of this young man, if that information surpasses the area or that environment, that young man will never return to that factory. So I got information. Somebody invited me for an event like this, and I went there and I experienced hope for the first time. I had never had hope. For me, life was over. So it is like you walking in a dark tunnel and suddenly you see light. What do? You run! And that is how I started running towards my dream, but I didn't know the purpose that had in my life. So a few years later, I was on the runway heading to Germany to study. And at times, your purpose and the vision we are talking about, it will lead you in areas where you have to leave friends behind.
Come on.
You have to leave family behind. But you have to be specific, and you have to be convinced that I am going into an unknown environment, but I am inspired by something that is greater than myself. So when I came to Germany, the language was not only the challenge, but difficulties. Everything was not easy. But when I look back at the experience, going at the university and sitting in a classroom and nobody wants to speak with you because maybe you come from elsewhere because they think you have nothing to offer. But because you have a purpose and you know, I have gotten an opportunity that not everybody has. I have got to make the best of this opportunity. So what do you do if you have a vision? If you have a dream and nobody wants to work with you? What do you do if you have a goal and nobody believes in this goal? What do you do if you are in a course of study and nobody thinks you are capable of becoming or getting a bachelor in international business? What do? You work on yourself and you ignore the naysayers. So you focus and you fight for your dream. And by the time I fought for my dream, and I want to insist that by the time I fought for my dream, and I started making a difference by looking for students I could support, looking for students I could help. The same people who didn't want to have anything to do with me were now coming towards me, and my network grew in less than no time. So you will need people, as they say in life, that if you want to go far in life, you have to go alone. If you want to go fast somewhere in life, you have to go alone. But if you want to go far, you need people. So you will need people in order to achieve the purpose and the vision for your life. So the next point I want to give is, now, when I looked at the purpose of all these events that happened in my life, I realized that there is a deep compassion for me in my heart for the underprivileged. There's a deep compassion for me in my heart for orphans, for people who don't have the opportunity I have. So now, when I see myself in Germany, I don't see myself like somebody who has succeeded, somebody who has started his own business. I see myself like somebody who has gone ahead so that he can pull others to their own greatness. And that is what drives me. That is what makes me get up every day in the morning. And I want to encourage each and every one of you that if you want to achieve greatness, success has to be something that is greater than yourself. Because if it is just about you, you can go just this far. But it is about other people. If you have a greater cause for which you are fighting, I bet you, even when you don't have the desire to go, you will find a reason to keep moving. There were days I didn't feel like going in the library. There were days I was working at the construction site, but there was a bigger picture and there was a purpose that was greater than myself, and that is what drives me. And just like Dr. John DeMartini says, that the vitality of your life is directly proportional to the vividness of your vision. When you have a clear vision and purpose, what happens in life is you become not only self-disciplined, but you recognize oppositions and opportunities and things that are in line and in synchrony with this purpose. So you live a life that is inspired from within. And at the end of your life, when we are all old and gray-headed, when you sit with the love of your life, like the other brother spoke here, and you are sharing memories, what will give your life joy are those memories of a difference you made in other people's life. Are those memories of people's life you impacted. Because in life, it is not necessarily about you, it's about others. What are we if we are not a product of others? We were once babies, somebody carried you. Your mom carried you in the belly, and people helped you to be who you are today. And when you look at people all over, it's all about money. And that is why I flew from Germany to come here. It's not because of this. I flew from Germany to come here because I wanted to inspire somebody. I wanted to encourage somebody to move, not only in his purpose, but to strive for a bigger vision. Because as Mandela said, that when you allow your light to shine, you give others the permission for their light to shine. So I just want to give each and every one of you the permission for your light to shine. You have greatness in you. Make your light shine. And the Integrity Limited Company has given us an opportunity for us to make our life shine. And for me, coming here is a way of supporting a bigger vision. A vision of somebody who is a successful speaker, but who finds it worthy to give others an opportunity to shine. That is why I'm here. It's not about that. Thank you very much.